All right, check. All right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be playing the second game of a three-game series against the Chicago Cubs at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short. Welcome back. It's another night of Orioles baseball. I believe game number 91 on the season. 92. Let's call it 92. The Orioles come in with a record of 57-34, 23 games over 500, coming off a not too thrilling of a loss last night. And we're hoping to bounce back because we've got our ace on the mound, Corbin Burnes, tonight. Hey there, Charm City Chat. How are you? Welcome in. Have a seat. Let me know how you're doing. I'll check in with you in just a sec. But let me first say greetings to those that might be new to my channel. Thanks for finding it. I'm glad that you did. This channel started up just a few months ago in time for the beginning of the 2024 season. I've been calling every Orioles game from day one. Every pitch, every game, 91 games into the season, 71 to go. And I wanted to establish a Orioles fan base here on YouTube to follow along with the Orioles games all season long and hopefully well into October, because I do understand there are a lot of people out there that don't have access to watch the game on TV or hear it on the radio, what have you. This is a way where you can not only follow along with the game in a better way, but also interact if you're in the mood. We have the Charm City Chat here. Folks, if you're interested in chatting it up and talking about the game and hanging out with some other fine folk here in the chat, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button, wait 1 minute, and you can chat away. And I hope you give it a try. If you enjoy the channel, just think about subscribing in general. We are just 10 subscribers away, folks. Normally, I don't throw this out in the middle of the intro, but folks, we might be hitting a big target tonight. 10 more subscribers gets us up to 1,500, and that would be an amazing accomplishment. But more on that later. Just again, if you're new, give the channel a chance. If you like it, do think about subscribing and joining the BirdWatcher community. You're going to want to be here, if not just for tonight, then throughout the season. And by subscribing, it'll make it a lot easier for you. You can have it there on your little list on the side of your home page with all your other subscribed channels. But, yeah, enough about that. Let's talk about tonight's game, shall we? Again, the Orioles, they took 2 out of 3 in Seattle. They took 2 out of 3 in Oakland. And then they come home and they lost in pretty poor fashion last night. Dean Kramer had a pretty bad outing. And the bats were not quite enough to help out either. Even our defense making a couple of errors. It was not a fun watch, and we're hoping that tonight we can turn it around. Corbin Burnes is on the mound, going for his 10th win of the season, record of 9-3, an ERA of just 2.32. But we do have a tough opponent in that of the left-handed Shota Imanaga. Imanaga was a signing over the winter, coming over from Japan. He is not as much of a big name during the winter signings as Yamamoto was for the Dodgers, but Imanaga has been arguably as good, if not better, than Yamamoto on the season. Very good stats. Got off to a really hot start. Still very good numbers on the season. 7-2 record, ERA of 3.16. Right, let's take a look at the lineups as first pitch is just 4 minutes away. The lineups are right there on your screen. Also, I did throw up a little poll there for those just joining us, because it's something I want to talk about tonight. Folks, the BirdWatcher here is eternally optimistic about his team. He has a lot of confidence, not only in the brand new ownership, but in the general manager and the manager and the team. I don't have enemies on this team, but what I do have are some concerns, and I feel like we should talk about them because I'm not going to be one of these sports streamers that sits there and nitpicks every little problem and wonders why after every loss, what we did wrong, why are we so bad. I'm just not that type of guy. This team is just too good for that. But there are some things that I wish we would have done a little bit better. And one of those things, folks, let me just get to the lineups first. Here's the game. It's up. I got Ben McDonald and Kevin Brown here on the call, so I'm very happy about that. Love having Big Ben on the call. They're looking good in their black golf shirts. All right. Let's look at the lineups, and then we'll talk about whatever we got to talk about during the ball game. For the Chicago Cubs, I should probably, you know what? Let's go over to the ESPN page for this because they're just better at showing me where they are at the positions. And then we'll head back over to the Yahoo scoreboard for the interface. Let's see who we have here. We got lineups. What's all this negative space? Okay, for the Cubs, leading off playing second base, Nico Horner. Michael Busch will bat second and play first base. Cody Bellinger is in right field tonight. He'll hit third. Seiya Suzuki, who was in right field last night, will DH. Ian Happ is in left field, switch hitter, batting fifth. Batting sixth, Christopher Morel. He'll play third base tonight. Dansby Swanson is in the lineup, batting seventh and playing short. Pete Crow Armstrong is in center field, hitting eighth. And finally, Miguel Amaya will do the catching and bat ninth. As you can see, the last four hitters in this Cubs lineup, the bottom four, nearly half the lineup, is hitting 201 or lower. And hey, that Mastroianni guy is not in the lineup. We couldn't get him out last night. And the Cubs said, let's just sit him tonight. I'm happy about that. For the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson will lead off and play short. Adley Rutschman will DH tonight and bat second. Ryan Mountcastle will be at first base hitting third. Anthony Santander, the cleanup hitter in right field. Jordan Westberg, all-star, batting fifth and playing third base. Austin Hayes is in left field batting sixth. As my information just jumped away from me. All right. I can finish it up back over on Yahoo, I guess. ESPN wants to have a little fun with me. All right. We'll do it this way. I'll show you. So it is Hayes in left field batting sixth. Jorge Mateo will bat seventh and play second base. Colton Cowser's in the 8-hole, and he will play center field. James McCann, the catcher, batting ninth. My goodness. Where's the coffee? Right. Charm City chat. If you're new to the chat, listen up. It's a great place to be, but we do have a few rules we like to follow in order to keep the chat nice and charming and civil and not just a giant mess of a social media plaza or whatever you want to call it. And here are those rules. Number one, please no spoilers in the chat. And the number one way to help prevent this is to make sure that your game is synced up with mine. There is a very strong likelihood that if you are indeed watching this game, that you're going to be a little bit ahead of me. The best way to curb that and enjoy the ball game for the rest of the night is have that remote in your hand and pause your game. As soon as the first out of the ball game is recorded, just pause it and then allow me to catch up, make that same call of that same out, unpause your game, and you'll be good for the rest of the night. But otherwise, folks, no spoilers in the chat. If somebody hits a home run, the first thing to not do is type in HR. By the way, here's the first pitch of the ball game tonight from Burnes. 96-mile-an-hour heater, top of the zone for a called strike, and we're underway. And my volume needs to be adjusted. Okay. 0-1 on Nico Horner. This pitch is hit on the ground, third base side. Westberg goes to ground, throws across the diamond in time. Jordan Westberg, your all-star. And as Rob had pointed out before, and I feel the same, although I do feel Westberg can be a serviceable second baseman. Third base is definitely his natural position. Westberg looks so comfortable over there. Here's Michael Busch, left-hand hitting first baseman. He takes a curveball low and away for ball one. This is Corbin Burnes' 19th start of the season. He's got 112 and two-third innings logged. Again, a 2.32 ERA. Another curveball. This one's on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-1 on Busch, who hit a home run on the first pitch he saw in last night's game off of Dean Kramer. 4 hits altogether for Busch last night as he looks at a strike 2 on the outside edge. With that 4 for 6 night, Busch has got his average up to 273, a dozen homers, 33 driven in. I'm not sure Westberg has any errors at third. I think he has 3 at second. Here's a pitch off the plate outside, and the count is 2-2. If I'm wrong with those numbers, I'm off by 1 on either side. But yeah, I think it's like 0 at third and 3 at second. The 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, and a check swing. The runner takes off. It is strike 3, and Burnes somehow is able to throw the runner out anyway. I never thought Corbin Burnes had a chance. On a check swing, third strike, wild pitch that bounced back into play toward third base, Corbin Burnes going away from first, slides, picks up the baseball, and fires a strike to Mountcastle to beat the base runner by a half step. Corbin Burnes, that's a strikeout the hard way. 2 down, nobody on. Cody Bellinger at the plate. Westy did go a long time before that first. I think that first arrow was out in that Toronto series. This ball's grounded up the middle, and it's going to find a hole in the center field between Gunnar and Mateo. So Bellinger with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. How we doing, Charm City chat? I'll engage you guys here in just a moment. Just trying to get out of this top of the first, we hope, as Suzuki is at the plate. 2 down, runner at first, top of the first. First pitch is a called strike at 96. Suzuki does not swing at the first pitch much. Third least in baseball, just 12% of the time. He's hitting .258, 12 homers, 38 driven in. Check on Bellinger at first. He's back standing. The 0-1 pitch to Suzuki as Burnes holds the ball a long time. Lined foul off to the right. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 out, runner at first. The Orioles defense left to right in the outfield. Hayes, Cowser, and Santander. Westberg at third. Gunnar at short. Mateo at second. Mountcastle at first. James McCann behind the plate. The 0-2 to Suzuki is in the dirt, and that gets away from McCann. And Bellinger is going to move up to second base. That one bounced in there, a curveball. McCann kept it in front of him, but it bounced too far in front of him. And Bellinger able to get into scoring position now with 2 down. Hey, Robert, believe me, it's an honor to do what I'm doing. It's an honor and a pleasure. Another one in the dirt. This time a slider spiked in the dirt for a 2-2 count. Hey there, Pierre. How you doing? Pierre, you got a game coming up here pretty soon, right? Suzuki hitting .226 with runners in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and tapped back to Burnes, who drops it but picks it back up and tosses it to first in time. Inning over. Corbin Burnes busy on defense here in the first. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Cubs nothing and the Orioles coming up to hit. How you doing, Charm City Chat? Hey, the other rules real quick. No politics talk because what's the point? And sports betting talk. If you make a passing mention of something once or twice in a given evening, I'm not worried about it. I'm not here to police it like crazy, but if you make it a regular habit, we're going to put a stop to it because most of us are here not really to follow along with what your bet is. I hope you can understand that. We're here to watch some baseball and root for our team. And also, just folks, we understand that games can sometimes get a little nervy, get a little emotional. Sometimes our tempers can be tested. And it's okay to let off a little steam in the chat. Just don't hurl personal insults at each other, okay? Keep it vague. If you gotta let your emotions out, just don't direct it at somebody else in the chat, okay? If somebody's acting a fool, me and the mods here will take care of it. Don't you worry, all right? Sit back, have a cold one, and let's hopefully watch the Orioles come up and start hitting. I want to see some serious hitting tonight. I am in the mood. I want a game where not only Corbin Burnes does what Corbin Burnes does and leaves the Cubs at most with 2 runs tonight. I want to see us at the plate start acting like us at the plate again. 6-run minimum. That's right. And it begins with Gunnar Henderson. He's going to come up and lead off. Imanaga making his 17th start. Oh, my God, folks, we might be on the sub-screen just in time for the big moment anyway. We're here for Gunnar, but 3 subs away from the big milestone. First pitch is grounded to second base, and Gunnar is retired. Man, that's the second night in a row he has made an out on the first pitch of the ball game. So there we go. Once again, it's Imanaga, Rhino, or are we making a little bit of fun about another streamer who was on earlier? Hey there, Fitzy. 1 away, here's Adley Rutschman. First pitch to him is in the zone, top of the zone for a called strike, 92 miles an hour on the fastball. Adley batting from the right side against the lefty Imanaga, hitting .286, 16 homers, 59 driven in. 0-1 is low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. 15 hundo tonight. Guys, I am so thrilled and just absolute. I don't know what to say. 1-1 pitch is low. 2-1 on Rutschman. I mean, I'll say this. I had a theory, and that theory was that there are too many Baltimore Oriole fans out there that need a channel like this. And it would seem like my theory has been proven correct. This pitch is in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike on Rutschman here. Oh, let's save the congrats for the moment of truth. And then wait a few weeks when I start talking about 2,000 subs. This pitch is hit on the ground foul by Rutschman, and the count has gone full. Hey, folks, we can do a quick lag check. I'm a little bit worried. My computer did something a little funky right before I went live. So right after this next pitch, we'll do a lag check if you don't mind. Full count here on Rutschman. And the payoff pitch from Imanaga is lifted into the air right side and out of play. Folks, I'm going to say a number. Type it in as soon as you hear it. The number is 6. I repeat, the number is 6. The faster you type it, the more accurate info I can get, and I hope to see numbers right now. Okay, looks like the looking pretty good, pretty good. Another payoff pitch and another foul ball behind the screen It's still 3-2 on Rutschman. All right, folks. Thank you so much for your participation. By the way, it also gives me a chance to see a few names I normally don't see, like Monkey Sam, Corey Smallwood, Zach Adams, J. Love and Light. Welcome in, folks. It's nice to come in and give a hello. Let me know you exist. This is ball 4 on a pitch inside to Rutschman. A very nice AB there from Adley, as he made Imanaga throw 8 pitches after Gunnar made an out on 1 pitch. So maybe we've figured out what the best thing to do is here with Imanaga. Maybe don't go after the first pitch. Maybe work the count a little bit. Here's Ryan Mountcastle, 1 on, 1 out. And he takes a called strike. Come on, Blow. That pitch was low and inside. Mounty hitting .266. His average has been dipping. It's been down about 20 points over the last couple of weeks. And he swings and misses at one that was much worse than the last pitch. About half a foot below the zone. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch to Mounty. Is swung on and lined. Just foul in the left field corner. It bounced up against that 333 sign right down in the very corner of left field and foul ground. Mounty's hitting .290 on the season against lefties, .256 against righties. Overall, though, the power numbers are down. And they continue to be on that trajectory the last few seasons. This one is hit in the air deep, but foul off to the right. Mounty looking to go opposite field on this one. Just missed a fair ball on the ground, left field side. Now misses a ball foul only just deep in the right field corner. Still 0-2 on Mountcastle. And he reaches for one and lines one into left field, a base hit. Ryan Mountcastle on a split finger, low, got the bat head to it. 108 miles an hour off the bat. A fine pitch by Imanaga. It was below the zone. Mounty went after it and stroked it into left. 2 on, 1 out. And we got to go on back to the sub-screen because there's a rally going on. Folks, get some taters up in the chat. Anthony Santander is ready to hit. 2 more till 15 hundo. Santander went 0 for 4 last night. Excuse me. And an Imanaga breaking ball that did not break hangs up high and away for ball 1. Anthony Santander. Oh, I can feel it. Batting from the right side. 2 on, 1 out. The 1-0. Hit foul. On the ground to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like a slightly smaller crowd than the Tuesday night game, at least so far. It is the first inning. Could be some folks still filing in. 1-1 the count on Tony, and he takes one inside. Good eye there, Tony. 2 balls and 1 strike. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we're on the sub-screen because that's where we go when the Orioles are in the middle of a rally. We're in the bottom of the first, and we won some runs. First and second, 1 out with Anthony Santander. The biggest snub in the All-Star game. 2-1 pitch. Taken high. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. Come on, Tony. What do you got? He takes a called strike on the inside corner. Full count. Imanaga will be throwing his 20th pitch here in the first. He's only gotten one out. Jordan Westburg is on deck. That's right, Mr. Hyde. I feel ya. Come on, Tony. Put it in play now. He fouls it straight back on this pitch. Bouncing off the screen at the backstop. Still 3-2. Team batting on base plus slugging with 2 strikes. No team better in baseball than your Baltimore Orioles. As a team, our OPS with 2 strikes, .562. This pitch is lifted in the air. Not a whole lot on it. It's in foul territory and going to, thankfully, get out of play. This at-bat continues. Santander takes his helmet off, wipes some sweat from his brow. No score, bottom of the first. The Orioles are threatening here. We got Adley at second and Mountie at first. 1 out, and the payoff pitch to Santander. Here it is. Swing and a miss. A split finger on the outside edge that sort of broke over. Almost a backdoor splitter. And Tony could not get to it. 2 down in the inning. That was a tough pitch. It's going to be up to Jordan Westburg, folks. My boy. He looks at a curveball that stays above the zone for ball 1. Come on, Westy. 281 average, 15 homers. He's halfway to 100 RBI. Hit a home run last night. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Another splitter from Imanaga. This one broke down and in on the right-hander. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, which is what Westburg is facing right now, he's hitting .270. 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And folks, can we save the celebrations for just a minute from now? I want to see the Orioles score. But thank you to number 1500 and welcome in. By the way, there's a 50-50 chance somebody will unsubscribe just to make the number 1499 again because I'm used to it happening. This ball's fouled back. Still 1-2 on Westburg. Folks, we did it. With a week to go before the All-Star game, your boy, 3 months in, has been averaging 500 subscribers a month from a channel that started from 0. The 1-2 is low and away. Westburg lays off. 2-2 the count. That's right, folks. There's emoji. Yep, there's number 1499. I told you, folks. As if I don't know how that would work. Westburg takes low for ball 3. We've got a full count. 2 down, 2 on. The payoff pitch to Westburg. Swung on and missed on a pitch upstairs outside. Imanaga works out of trouble. And the Orioles have done the thing I don't want to see them do. Have a rally killed without any results. We go to the second, scoreless. Well, folks, it's a bit of a bittersweet celebration. I was hoping to have at least one Oriole run up there to help along, but folks, my goodness, how can I say thank you enough? I tell you who wants to say hello. Somebody here who is very, very happy. Guys, I just wanted to say on behalf of BW here, thank you so much for helping this channel grow at such a great rate and representing Orioles birdland out there. All of you just sick and twisted Oriole fans, you can't get enough Well, you're in the right place. Because believe me, this guy BW, I sit on his head a lot. He's a strange dude. But I'll tell you one thing about him. And I mean this with all of my heart. This dude loves his Orioles. So stick around. I'm so happy 1,500 of you have decided to be a part of the community. We're going to shoot for 1,500 more. Why not? The season's only half over. Let's go. Thank you. This has been the Hat. As you were. All right. Thank you, the Hat. That's so kind of him. All right, let me take you back on over here now. And once again, folks, thank you so much. What an accomplishment. All right, here we go. Top of the second inning. It's going to be Ian Happ to lead it off. He takes a fastball, or cutter, I guess you would say, on the outside for ball one. Happ hitting .244, 14 homers, 55 driven in. He had a big night last night, 2 for 4 with a homer. And this pitch is hit into center field right at Cowser's playing out there tonight. Right at Cowser, who makes the catch. One away. One away, here is Christopher Morel hitting .199. So we're now in the bottom 4 of the order, where the best hitter is hitting .201. Swing and a miss. Morel cannot touch the Burnes cutter. Morel does have 15 homers and 46 driven in. And this one is lifted into center and pretty deep. Cowser is checking the wall. He leaps and it's over his head. That ball is gone. Morel goes deep to straightaway center field, and Corbin Burnes, I don't know how he does it. He's got one of the best ERAs in baseball, but you can almost set your watch to it, giving up an early solo home run in the ballgame. He's done it again. It was not a terrible pitch. A cutter on the outside edge. Morel just had to be looking for that pitch in that spot. The Cubs take a 1-0 lead. Here's Dansby Swanson. Curveball low, ball one. Well, if it's any, when you look at the pattern of Corbin Burnes, one would expect that one solo home run's not going to make a difference. But man, it's just, can we get to a start when he doesn't do that? I'd feel so much better. Dansby Swanson has a 1-1 count. In his last 10 games, he's hitting .086 with 15 strikeouts. I mean, you want to talk about a guy in a slump. He swings and misses at this one in the dirt. Mark Carlson is the home plate umpire tonight. So direct your anger toward him later if need be. This pitch is lined, base hit into left field. Are you kidding me? Come on, Corbin. It's Dansby Swanson. He's in an absolute funk. And to tell you the truth, this pitch wasn't all that bad either. It was riding in under the hands of Swanson. He somehow was able to turn on it. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong, hitting just .199, left-handed batter. Big young prospect for the Cubs. And for him, it's all about his speed and defense. When this kid can get on base, he can swipe a bag with the best of them. The problem is he doesn't get on base that much. 1 home run, 15 RBI on the season. He's got an 0-1 count here. And this one is lined into left field, a base hit. So Corbin Burnes, 3 straight hitters who are batting 200, and he's given up a homer single. To the bottom of this. This was supposed to be the easy part. Homer single, 1 out. And here's Miguel Amaya, who's batting a robust 194. Can we handle this guy? Double play ball could get us out of the jam. Burnes is up to 23 pitches with 1 out in the second. Yeah, we did get swept by the Cardinals. And the Pirates took 2 out of 3 from us. And the Brewers took 2 out of 3 from us. You know what, Vonnie? You got a point. 0-1 on Amaya, who's hitting a 140 with runners in scoring position. That's the 3rd lowest in all of baseball. Can we somehow keep him in check? There's a called strike, 0-2. 1-0 Cubs, top of the second. First and second with 1 out. 0-2 count on the number 9 hitter, Amaya. The pitch. And first Burnes steps off and looks the runner back to second. Swanson at second base, not much to worry about. What to worry about is any ball hitting the gap, because Crow Armstrong at first base will be running like the wind. This pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McCann did a nice job to block this one and keep it right there in front of him. 4 hits already for the Cubs here. Just 1 out in the second. The 1-2. Low and away, ball 2. Two pitch coming to Miguel Amaya. And this one is swung on and missed. The ball is dropped by McCann, but Amaya with no interest. Well, with runners at first and second, he doesn't really have a chance to take first. So it is a strikeout and the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the order now for Nico Hoerner. Second time up in the ball game in as many innings. First pitch to him is bottom of the zone on the outside edge for a called strike. It does seem that way, Curtis. It does seem that way. Well, SG, only time will tell. As this ball's lined into right field, a base hit. Santander picks it up. Here comes the runner. The play is cut off by Mountcastle, and the Cubs have taken a 2-0 lead on a 2-out RBI single from Nico Hoerner. Okay, SG, probably the best way to avoid it is to maybe, I don't know, not make every 80% of all comments yours. Just slow down a little bit. Try not to dominate the chat, and you'll be fine. Michael Butch is up now with first and third, 2 down. And Drew French is going to come out and talk to Burnes. Four hits in the inning. 3 of those 4 hits off the cut fastball. I think Drew French is trying to talk to Corbin about what pitches to rely on and what pitches to avoid. I'm sure Drew's been watching like an eagle here. Meeting on the mound is over. I'm still fine with all this. As long as Burnes gets out of this jam. 2-0 ball game. I'm putting it on the bats tonight. I want to see us start to execute at the plate. Here comes the first pitch to Bush. And it's a breaking ball low for ball one. The curveball has not been too kind to Burnes yet so far tonight. Mostly out of the zone and not getting any batters to chase it. The 1-0. And that one is high. By the way, Nico Horner at first base is a threat to steal. And Burnes does not do well in holding runners when they're on base. This pitch is off the plate. 2-0 the count. Burnes steps off the rubber. That's a disengagement without even checking on the runner. The 2-0 is swung on and missed. There's another curve. Bush said, I'm going to try to hit this one. He shouldn't have tried as that was low. But Burnes gets a strike to make it 2 balls, 1 strike. Check on the runner who's back in. Looks like, according to my poll, about 2/3 of you are agreeing with my philosophy, which is McCann just starts too many games. 2-1 the count. There goes Bush. The pitch hit on the ground. Second base. Mateo is going to run it all the way to first. How often do you see that? Jorge Mateo with the rare 4 unassisted putout to first. As he had his momentum taking him that way to scoop up the ball and just sprinted his way on to the first base bag to get the final out of the inning. The Cubs score twice. And it was all the bottom of the order doing the damage. We go to the bottom of the second. Chicago 2, the Orioles nothing. Hey there, Chippy. Yeah, so here's the deal, folks. If we're going to, every time we face a left-handed pitcher, do this thing where Adley DHs and McCann catches, I'm not happy with it. I don't see how it's helpful. I understand the idea that if Adley DHs a lot, then that means he can play virtually every day. He doesn't need a day off, although we've seen him have at least a handful, 2, maybe 3 full days off on the season. But in typical catcher, backup catcher situations on teams, you've got your number 1 guy. He's going to go out there and catch 4 games in a row, maybe 5, and then take a day off. Or if it's a day game after a night game, you might see the backup catcher come in there. That's the sort of way I want us to treat James McCann. I don't think James McCann should be in this lineup 33, 35, 40% of the time like he is. Now, the alternative is that, yes, Adley might sit out entirely for a game once a week rather than having him in the lineup in one way or another. But I would rather do that because Adley would, A, catch more than he's catching now, and I want him behind the plate more. I think he handles the pitching staff fantastically. And B, we're talking about, instead of James McCann, a bat like a Heston Kjerstad, who, yeah, he's left-handed, but so what? I still think he can do more damage than McCann. Here we go, bottom of the second. Austin Hayes, he fouls the first pitch off. Hayes hitting up now to 267. I can't believe we got there. 3 homers, 14 RBI. 0-1 pitch from Imanaga is inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wow, Hayes is up to 267, folks. Last time he was in the lineup was on Saturday in that blowout loss, but he had a couple of hits in that game as this pitch is fouled straight back to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Austin Hayes, leading off the bottom of the second. Austin with 3 multi-hit games in his last 4. OPS up now to 744. I mean, folks, as long as he doesn't go into a tailspin, he's kind of right where he needs to be, with plenty of time left to go in the season. The 1-2 pitch swung on and stay fair. That ball's going to hook foul. Did not have home run distance, but that was crushed down in the left field corner. Wow. That was quite a stat. This is a line drive. Is that a fair ball? It is. Hayes turns first. Hayes going for 2. The throw is not in time. Austin Hayes keeps the hot bat going. A leadoff double. And God damn it, we better score in this inning. Turn on the sprinklers. Splash up the splash zone. It's an extra base hit to begin the second off the bat of Austin Hayes. Raise the average, raise the slugging, raise everything. Here's Jorge Mateo. And I'm telling you right now, Mateo, you got to do the fundamentals here. Hits it on the left side. Oh, my God. You got to understand the situation. Mateo, you've got legs. Just bunt it to the right side. We've got a runner at third right now with 1 out. Now he's still at second with 1 out. When are we going to start learning how to win games other than waiting for a home run ball? It's starting to annoy me, folks. Here's Colton Cowser. He takes off the plate for ball 1. I mean, Mateo was the perfect guy at the plate to use a little small ball with. 1-0 on Cowser. Takes off the plate outside, 2-0. This one is hit in the air. Shallow right center. The second baseman going out, and he makes the catch. 2 down in the inning. And Hayes is still at second base. One of the big talks for the month until the trade deadline will be, who do the Orioles trade away? What pitchers do you go for? How can we get Mayo in the mix for playing time? Well, some of these questions are going to be answered by some of these other questions. You know what I mean? If we do make a trade, and let's say we throw Ramon Urias into the package as just a throwaway guy, well, that would open up a spot for Mayo. Here's James McCann up there with 2 down, runner at second. Let's see if McCann can get that big 2-out RBI. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. McCann batting .211. The 1-0 is popped up on the infield, in foul ground, third base side, inning over. So that's how the bottom of our order works. Gee, you get a leadoff double with the bottom of the order coming up with a guy at the plate who's known for his speed and ability to play a little small ball, and you just have him swinging away on the first pitch. He hits the ball on the left side, unable to move the runner up, the exact wrong area of the field to hit to, and then the next 2 guys do jack squat. Just, it's not good enough. It's not good enough, Baltimore. Look, I'm not worried about this team in terms of making the playoffs. I think they're probably going to win the division. I think they're probably going to finish with the best, if not near the best record in the American League, just like last season. The things I'm nitpicking about are things that I'm thinking about when October comes around. And how are we going to handle situations like this in October when it counts, when it really counts? And I'm telling you right now, if I see a inning like that in October, I'm going to go ballistic. You get a leadoff double. You're down 2. You need to scratch a run in there. That's just frustrating for your boy. It's frustrating. And again, folks, if you're new to my channel, just please, I guess only time will give you the proof that I'm about to state, but typically I'm a very optimistic guy. I put a lot of trust in the decision making of ownership, managership, players. But I'll be damned if there aren't a couple of things bothering me lately. I guess the reason why I'm thinking about these things is because, look, we're about to play the Yankees in a huge 3-game series to wrap up the first half of the season. I just want us looking confident going into that series. After the way we looked last night, if we don't get this series turned around against the Cubs and we go into that Yankee series flat, that's trouble. As bad as the Yankees have been lately, Cody Bellinger takes off the plate for ball 1. 1 for 1 with a single so far tonight. And this pitch is grounded. Burnes has another play to make, and he can't make this one. A comebacker toward the third base side of the mound. Burnes unable to field it cleanly, and Bellinger will reach with an infield single. Man, it feels like in 1 game plus 3 innings, the Cubs have gotten the leadoff man on in some way just like this. Just some sort of weak ball, a swinging bunt. I don't know, Chippy. Depends whether or not it's, civil and charming enough. Honestly, it's the young team that I feel should be more locked in with how to do the fundamentals. It's the older veterans who I think are more prone to just going up there trying to hack and hit the big home run to put the runs on the board. Okay, now my stream is starting to stagger. Seiya Suzuki is at the plate. He's got a 1-1 count. Nobody down. Runner at first base. And I might have to find a new stream because I'm staring at a frozen Corbin Burnes right now. Here's the next pitch, and that's strike 2. Okay. All right. Strike 2 is in there on a swing and a miss by Suzuki. Now, BW, do you pair Urias with Hayes or Mounty or Santander or Calzer for the trade to get Mayo up? Who plays a couple positions or will have to part with a fan favorite? I don't think Urias counts as a fan favorite. I'm telling you this. If it comes down to a matter of just DFAing DFAing Urias, here's a play on the first base side, just behind the bag in the outfield area of the foul line on first base. Mountcastle makes a catch for the first out of the inning. Here in the top of the third, 2-0 Cubs, runner at first, 1 away. I don't think we're going to trade Santander. We know he's not going to likely sign and stay with the club next season. And some folks might think, well, if he's not going to stay, why don't we trade and get something for him? Whatever we're going to get for him isn't going to be nearly as dangerous and productive in this lineup as is going into the playoffs. I want Santander's bat in these playoffs. I don't want some prospects. And plus, you got to think, who's going to... If you trade Santander, what are you expecting to get back? You're not going to get back another proven veteran that you stick in the middle of your lineup. You're likely going to get back some prospect pieces that can't help your team immediately. So I don't see us moving Santander at all. Ian Happ has a 1-0 pitch, and this one is popped up and out of play. The only name in there that I can see, Hayes is going to have a contract coming up soon. Mounty, I think, after next year. I think next year is going to be the final year for Mountcastle. I mean, he could be traded between now and the end of next year, but I think at maximum, next year is Mountcastle's last season here. Again, I'm just looking at the tea leaves. Here's a check on the runner. 1-1 the count here on Ian Happ. Runner at first, 1 out. This pitch is off the outside, 2 balls and a strike. I'm sure Mateo could be thought about as a trade piece, but I just like the things Mateo gives this team. He can give you a little bit of versatility. There goes the runner on a pitch outside. And Gunnar can't control the throw down to second, and that looked like it was a pretty accurate throw. I don't know if that ball got dislodged by the runner or if Gunnar just flat dropped it. It does look like the ball just... Yeah, Gunnar never did quite get a good grab on it. I tell you what, if Gunnar can just stab that ball cleanly... That's Cody Bellinger's 5th steal of the season and 2nd tonight already. Swing and a miss by Happ. So the double play is no longer in order with 1 out. Happ with a 3-2 count. Morrell, who hit the home run his last time up, is on deck. I can't do basketball play-by-play. Here's a called strike 3. Burnes dials it up to 97 on the Heat. Outside corner, 2 down. Happ caught looking. Yeah, and I think that's why, Dennis, we drafted Enrique Bradfield Jr., because if you look at Bradfield Jr.'s sort of path to the bigs, looking at his skill set, he's not as developed of a first-round pick as a Jackson Holiday. He's still working down on A-ball. But I'm thinking probably sometime maybe September next year, you might see a Bradfield call-up to get a cup of coffee, and then come 2025, once Mullins is on his way out, I think Bradfield could be the natural replacement there. 1-1 the count on Morrell, and there's a swing and a miss. He went after a bad pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He came from planet Krypton, Chippy. Same place as Superman. This pitch is off the plate to Morrell. 2-2 the count. I joke, Chippy. Kjerstad was brought up in a convent where everybody had taken a vow of silence. That's how he got the nickname Silent J. The 2-2 pitch. Where's that ump? Come on. I know it's a little low, but McCann framed that curveball. He framed it. Full count. 2 down. Runner at second. The payoff pitch is popped foul and out of play, and Burnes. 52 pitches now in the 3rd. Come on, Corbin. I still don't get it, folks. Corbin Burnes last pitched on the 4th. Okay? 4th of July. Right? Here's a payoff pitch. Nope. Stepping off, looking back, the runner at second. Corbin last pitched on the 4th of July, which means on regular rest he would have pitched on the 9th, which would have been last night's ball game. The reason he didn't is because the day off on Monday, instead of pushing up a guy like Burnes on a regular rest, which would then allow him to be available for the Sunday and final game before the All-Star break against the New York Yankees. Who here doesn't want Corbin Burnes against the Yankees? Payoff pitch to Morel is off the plate. Oh, a called strike 3. My goodness, Morel is unhappy, and I can't blame him. That pitch was outside by a couple of inches. Burnes gets a couple of strikeouts looking there to end the inning. But, man, 6 hits through the first 3 innings. Discord link expired. All right, I'm going to have to just add one for tomorrow night's game, Janet. Again, digging into the Discord during a stream is always a risk not worth taking. I already forgot about what my other point was. I don't know what the hell's going on. Top of the order coming up, though. Time to get things going here. I guess I should check on some of the out-of-town scores. I'll go on over to the other page for that, because I can't trust what's shaking with Yahoo in that regard. I mean, we've got a full slate tonight, right? A Wednesday night. Royals have already defeated the Cardinals 6-4. White Sox over the Twins 3-1. I guess they've got a doubleheader going on because the Twins are also leading in the bottom of the 9th. Well, how can that be? If you're winning in the bottom of the 9th, you won. Apparently the Twins just walked off the White Sox to split a doubleheader. Tigers have doubled up the Guardians so far, 4-2. That's in the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0 Mariners over the Padres. Yankees have taken a 1-0 lead on the Rays. That's in the 3rd. Phillies up by the same score on the Dodgers. No score between the Red Sox and A's. Mets with a 1-0 lead on the Nats early. No score Rockies and Reds. Everything's later. Cardinals, Royals, Astros, Marlins, Brewers, Pirates, Angels, Rangers, D-backs, Braves, and Giants, Blue Jays. Gunnar Henderson at the plate. He takes a called strike at the top of the zone, and we're going to go on over here now. Welcome in 1501, 1502, 1503. Henderson 0 for 1 tonight. He was retired on 1 pitch his first time up. The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1 the count. We are in the bottom of the 3rd. The Cubs ahead 2-0. They've already won the first game of the series. The Orioles trying to get out of a funk. There's a called strike at the bottom of the zone. 1-2 the count. Tell you what, Imanaga likes to feather that hair out. Looks like a Pomeranian. This one is hit off the end of the bat and gonna go out to left center field. Pete Crow Armstrong, the center fielder, calls off the left fielder to make the catch. Gunnar is 0 for 2. He's led off an inning twice and has not done much with it. 7:05 first pitch on Friday for the Yankees, 4:05 on Saturday, and now the graphic is gone. I think it's 1:35 on Sunday. Rutschman at the plate, and he swings and misses at a fastball top of the zone. Wow. Oh, there is a very well thought out comment from a brand new chatter. Yeah, you take the L. There's one up and in on Rutschman. Darn, I guess you're not going to make a whole lot of friends here. But I enjoyed the 2 seconds we spent together. 1-1 the count on Rutschman. And this one's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Adley walked his first time up. That's when we had 2 on, nobody out in the first, and could not score. Oh, there could be rain on the way in the area, huh? 1-2 is fouled back. We'll do it again. I guess since Gunner's not up and 1 out, nobody on, we can hang back over here. The 1-2 is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. An hour and a half is quick. Maybe for a movie. Not for a rain delay. This one is hit on the ground on 1 bounce to short. Swanson over to first in time. Adley retired. 2 down in the inning. Man, oh man. Come on, offense. I miss saying bye-bye birdie 2 or 3 times a night. I need a lucky. 2 down for Ryan Mountcastle. And this pitch is outside for ball 1. Mountie has a base hit already tonight. How? Oh, that's right. Gunner made the out. Adley walked, and then Mountie had the hit. So we had 2 on and 1 out. So I was wrong about that. I apologize. My short-term memory stinks. 1-1 on Mountcastle. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 3rd. The Cubs ahead 2-0. And what is my stream doing now? Are you going to come back to me? 1-1 pitch. Inside. 2 balls. 1 strike. Come on, broadcast. What are you doing? Here comes the 2-1. And it's frozen again. You got to be kidding me, man. Looks like it's going to be 2-2, according to the scoreboard. Mo, we're just playing down, period, right now. We played down to the A's. Two and two the count. And I'm going to have to find a new stream if this thing doesn't start. Ryan Mountcastle, what did he do? Did he get himself a hit there? He's on first base. Crowd making noise. I'm going to have to find another stream. This just keeps... it's too choppy. It's just too darn choppy. Mountie on first base with 2 down. Oh, maybe I don't have another option. Here's Anthony Santander. Folks, get those taters up in the chat. A blooper to right. Thank you. Tony fouls one, and it's going to be a catch made against the camera well railing by Michael Bush to end the inning. Man, Anthony Santander, how many outs has he made this year in foul ground? Somewhere between, like, the camera well and behind home plate. I mean, man, how many times, Tony? I mean, you're a golden god when you're on. When you're off, it is pop-up foul ground city. We go to the 4th, 2-0 Cubs. So, yeah, just to finish up on the whole Adley Rutschman DHing as often as he does and McCann starting as much as he does, I just feel like a left-handed bat like a Heston Kjerstad versus a left-handed pitcher, you're probably getting, at worst, equal production as a right-handed McCann bat. And I understand the whole concept of, well, if Adley DHs a lot, then he can play every day. You never have to sit him. And in order to do that, you need a DH him, which means McCann starts. Well, call me crazy. I would rather have Adley just not play one game a week. And for 2 games a week, instead of McCann catching like 3 games, he just catches 1. And then we use a DH on somebody who can hit. I'm not asking Adley to catch any more than the average starting catcher. I don't know. So apparently rain about an hour away. Here we go, top of the 4th. Dansby Swanson at the plate. First pitch is high for ball 1. Folks, I was hoping to have Harry Carey join in on the broadcast at some point during the series, but this pitch is over the plate, but low, 2-0. Just doesn't feel right to have fun with Harry when the Orioles aren't winning. I was hoping for at least a window here. The 2-0 to Swanson is hit on the ground, third base. Westberg's got it over to first, and in time. Jordan Westberg retires Dansby Swanson to begin the top of the 4th. They do pair Burnes and McCann a lot, Ravori, and it looked like for a couple of starts there that maybe he had been sort of the quote-unquote personal catcher, but I think it's more just a matter of, what's the word I'm looking for? Happenstance. Here's a curveball in there for a strike to Pete Crow Armstrong, who's already got a hit tonight. I think it's just coincidence that Burnes is pitching on nights where we're facing a lefty starter and McCann starts. Here's a curveball in there for a called strike 2. Oh and 2 on the baby-faced Crow Armstrong. And Burnes spikes one in the dirt. Man, this is what I'm talking about. Come on with these throwaway pitches. You get ahead 0-2. How is Mateo utterly useless? If that were true, Jack, then if we DFA'd him, nobody would pick him up and he'd never play Major League Baseball again because no other team would have an utterly useless player, now would they? This ball's fouled away. 1-2 the count. He's hitting .250 this season. That's pretty much, or he was. That might be down to like 240s now. But first of all, he's not an everyday player. This ball is hit into left field. Long run for Hayes. He makes the catch. 2 down. I mean, if you're talking about a perfect utility guy to have on your bench, a guy who can play not only second base, shortstop, third in a pinch, he's also got some experience playing in center field now. He can pinch run late in a ball game and help you score a tying or winning run. But I will say this. When he came up in the first AB tonight, after Hayes hit a leadoff double, he should have used his tools. He should have laid down a bunt. He should have tried to make a point to hit a ground ball on the right side. Instead, he went up there, first pitch hacking, and hit it on the left side. And the rest is history. Miguel Amaya at the plate. 2 down, nobody on. He's got a 1-1 count. And this one is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You got an ad break mid-game. Well, I mean, Rob, it can happen. It can happen. Is that the first time it's happened to you? I would say that's good luck. 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Man, even Corbin, his body language. Corbin does not look happy out there. Nothing is going where he wants it to right now. At least that's what his body language is saying. Pete Crow Armstrong's mom was the actress who played the mom in Little Big League. How about that? There's a swing and a miss. Amaya strikes out on the breaking ball, and the inning is over. Well, Corbin Burnes doing Corbin Burnes things. I mean, if he goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs, after looking like that, I mean, how does he do it? I don't know how he does it. Boy. You really think Corbin is just not happy with the team? Let me check his record again. What is it, 9-3? I mean, I've seen tougher. Who was that guy we saw in Seattle who had an ERA barely of 3 and had a record of like 4-7 because he doesn't have any offensive support? I mean, last I checked, Corbin Burnes is still on a streak as far as quality starts go. I can't remember the last time I remember hearing, but it was something like a dozen straight quality starts. Is that streak still alive? Because if it is, that is something else. All right. I guess I'm just going to have to root for my boy Mateo coming up here third. Westberg, Hayes, and Mateo due up. 3 righties against the lefty Imanaga. "14 quality starts. Ravori, are those all consecutive at this point? Because that's what I was referring to, the consecutive streak. Here's Westberg at the plate. He goes after the first pitch and pops it up on the right side, shallow near the foul line, and the second baseman makes the catch, Nico Horner. What are we doing at the plate right now, man? Do we have any kind of approach right now? I see 0 approach. A lot of first pitch swinging. I mean, the only time we made any kind of threat was when we went up there and we worked the count. Santander worked that walk. We had another deep count. Let's get into some deep counts here. Here's Austin Hayes. He takes off the plate, ball 1. Who's been the most disappointing Orioles player this year? Most disappointing. This one's hitting the air. The Hayes, left field, going back, but Baltimore is going to swallow this one up. Deep left field onto the track. Austin Hayes, you can see it on his face. He knows that's a home run in any other ballpark. Instead, it's out number 2 here. Austin Hayes swinging a hot bat, but hit it to the wrong part of the yard. Here's Jorge Mateo, 2 down, nobody on. Can I count Thiago Vieira as the most disappointing? Well, you can't really blame Bradish. I mean, he got injured. Mateo hits one to third, and Morel will throw him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles again. 2-0 Cubs. We go to the 5th. All right, I am sending out an APB, an all points bulletin. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Baltimore, be on the lookout for offense. If you see any offense in your area, please report to BW immediately and allow me to transfer that offense into this Orioles lineup tonight. Gunnar Henderson is the huge disappointment. I mean, what is this? Leads all of baseball on wins above replacement, which is basically the measuring stick for the best overall player. Oh, what is he doing on this team? I'm just kidding. Hey, top of the order due up for the Cubs again. Oh, my God. So a big storm is rolling in, huh? Exciting. Lots of thunder claps and lightning strikes. I love a good thunderstorm. All right. Hey, there's a shot of Kerstad taking some batting practice earlier today. All right, here we go. Top of the 5th. First pitch is a called strike, and man, Corbin Burnes has been helped out by the umpire tonight. That one was inside. 0-1 the count on Horner. Breaking ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hurricane leftovers, 1-1 pitch is popped up. On the infield, McCann with the mask off makes the catch in foul ground. 1 away. I guess I can go ahead and remove this poll at this point. Hey, folks, 72 of you have hit the like button. Let's try to bump it up to like 90. What do you say? We got 130 people watching here right now. Not a huge crowd, but a decent one. Michael Busch at the plate. He fouls back the first pitch. Busch is 0 for 2 tonight. He had 4 hits last night. Third time through the order for Burnes. The 0-1 off the plate outside. Nicholas, I think that is the most likely scenario. I think we will see Mayo called up before we see Holiday called up again. If for no other reason than just because Mayo offers something that we need more right now, which is a right-handed power bat to put in lineups against left-handed pitching like this one. You put Kobe Mayo in this lineup, let Adley catch, and just forget about McCann for once. Then you got yourself a lineup. 1-2 the count on Busch. This one's hit back up the middle. Henderson, wow, the ball hits the base. And it's going to turn into a double. Wow. I mean, you want to talk about, are we in some kind of a funk right now? You won't see too many doubles like this, folks. A comebacker over the mound, hits right off the second base bag, bounces over the head of Henderson, slowly rolls into the outfield, which allows Busch to take what might have been an out and turn it into a double. 1 out, runner at second. 16th double for Busch. Here's Bellinger now. And he takes low and in for ball one. Hey, Nicholas, I understand it. Again, I understand what their reasoning is. I just think it's a little overboard. Again, I would rather have Adley just simply take a day off once a week and have McCann just start once a week. Because the other thing that happens, folks, as this pitch is a called strike, 1-1 on Bellinger, is in lineups like this, when Adley is DHing late in the ball game, if you want to pinch hit for McCann, the only thing you can do is to take the DH out of play. This ball's chopped to the right side. Mountie with a glove flip to Burnes, who makes the play on the bag. 2 down. Runner moves to third. Nice play there between Mountcastle and Burnes. That could have gone all kinds of wrong. But one glove flip to the other. And Burnes gets that foot down. Corbin Burnes busy in the field tonight. So that's the trade-off, folks. Adley doesn't play one day a week. He just sits. Maybe he comes in to pinch hit if you need him to. Or he plays every day, and you have James McCann starting 3 games a week, when you could have a Kjerstad in the lineup instead. I don't think it's really a debate. Corbin Burnes is having a laugh with the home plate umpire. That's good to see. I want Burnes to keep that competitive fire in him. He's got some work to do here. 2 down, runner at third, but it's also good to know that he's not too uncomfortable. Suzuki at the plate, 2 down, runner at third. First pitch is in the dirt, and it gets away from McCann. Runner at third is going to hang there. Another pitch in the dirt from Burnes. Want to know the count? Suzuki is 0 for 2 so far tonight. Pitch number 78 for Burnes is outside. 2-0 the count. Here comes that 2-0 pitch. And it's swung on and missed. 97 on the outside edge. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch from Burnes will be number 80. Here in the 5th. Well, it's the position, the man, and I think the Orioles are looking at it long term. With very rare exceptions, a lot of great catchers just, the toll the position takes on them, it does start to affect their offensive output. They start to get slower on the base paths because of all the wear and tear. Here's a line drive, base hit left field. A 2-out RBI single for Seiya Suzuki, and the Cubs now lead it 3-0. Oh, boy. So, yeah, the idea is, they want Adley to catch for a long, long time. And the best way to do that is to not catch him as much. But I just don't agree. I don't. I think there's somewhere in the middle between what is normal and what they're doing. There's a happy medium in there somewhere where McCann is starting maybe 1 less game a week. Ian Happ is at the plate. 2 down, runner at first. 3-0 Cubs now in the top of the 5th. There's a called strike. I don't think a third catcher makes sense. I mean, we're gonna roster a third catcher just so that we can keep McCann and use him like we're still using him. I don't think that would help. 1-1 the count. And Burnes does not get the call on the pitch. That could have been a strike. Top of the zone on the outside corner. 2-1 now on Ian Happ. Is that true, Gerald? That is an amazing, and that's pre-DH days. Is that true? I almost can't believe it. Did he play other positions? Would he play first base? There goes Suzuki, and there's a stolen base for the Cubs as Burnes fails to keep another runner from taking an extra base. So now another runner in scoring position, 2 down, and a 3-1 count on Ian Happ. Is this an open-ended question, Jack? There's a called strike, 3-2 to Happ. Yeah. What about the fact that, we are a week away from the All-Star break. And again, we had Monday off. Just let Adley catch. He'll have time off. 3-2 pitch is a comebacker to Burnes. My God, how many balls has he been able to get his hands on tonight? All right, that came out wrong. Either way, he makes the fielding play for out number 3. And that's it. The Cubs add on a run. They now have made it 3-0. This game is half over. Oh, Ray. 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 Oh, Ray. Jeez. All right, Ray. That's not bad. Yeah, we aren't bums. We're not bums. We're in a funk right now. Look, Jack, if you want to take a look at a team with a record that's comparable to ours that is playing like crap right now, you don't have to look any farther than the team right behind us, the New York Yankees. They have gone 6-17 in their last 23 games. It is abundantly clear that they are a two-man lineup with no help from anyone else. And their pitching, ever since Garrett Cole returned, they've got the highest team ERA in baseball. They have been the worst team in baseball in every measure, record, ERA, you name it, for nearly a month. Now that is a team to sit there and go, what is going on with these bums? Last I checked, we just came off a 4-2 road trip out west. Until the Guardians won their last game, after the Sunday night game, we had the best record in baseball, in the American League. Second only to the Phillies in baseball. Here's Colton Cowser, folks. He takes a called strike. Oh. 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground. And excuse me, swing. It goes foul, thankfully. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a power surge in Baltimore. All right. Can we get a surge from Colton Cowser, please? 8-9-1 due up for Baltimore. With McCann, the hitter in the middle. That's the only thing I don't like about McCann. We've got so much athleticism in the lineup. McCann is just that slow, not very productive batter that when he comes up to hit second in an inning, it's It's like putting a roadblock on a potential rally. 0-2 pitch to Cowser's in the dirt, 1-2. And I hope all of my McCann trash talk comes back to bite me in the butt and he hits a pair of homers before the end of the game. I'll be happy about it. Cowser fouls one back, still 1-2. Oh. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good Lord. And this is how this inning begins. Cowser strikes out. Here comes McCann with one out, nobody on. The perfect time for a rally. I'm being a little bit too cynical, aren't I? I'm being a little bit too cynical. See, it's rubbing off on me. It's rubbing off on me. We got to be a little bit positive. Here's McCann. He fouls it back, and no one won the count. We got to face another tough lefty tomorrow, Justin Steele. I hear you, the man. I hope he got some good meds. Swing and a miss. McCann in the hole, 0-2. And that looked like a pretty hittable pitch to me. This one's in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Look, guys, folks, I've said before, I'll say it again. I'm only worried about 2 things. What we do at the trade deadline and what our roster looks like going into October, because we're going into October. Other things can be worked out along the way. As McCann fouls one back, the count is still 1-2. And again, we've seen the Orioles lose in some bad ways. We saw a 5-game losing streak where I barely said anything about what they needed to do to turn things around because I was just confident they were going to turn things around. It's just that lately there have just been a few things that seem like glaring issues. And I can't help but point them out. This one is over the plate but low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to McCann. It's not grumpiness. I just want to see a couple of things adjusted. This one is lifted by McCann into left field. A long run, and this ball is going to hit the foul. It hits the foul line and bounces out of play. It's a ground rule double for the man I can't stop talking crap about. James McCann. Why not? Maybe that's all he needs is BW talking about how much he's tired of seeing you in the lineup. A fly ball down the left field line, bouncing off the foul line. All right. Gunnar Henderson's coming up, and the best way to drive in a guy with the speed of McCann is to hit a ball where all he has to do is jog. The pitch taken for a strike on the outside edge to Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar is 0 for 2 tonight. Come on, Gunnar. We need a better AB than those first 2. The 0-1 taken low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Folks, thank you so much for subbing up tonight. We have passed 1,500 subscribers before the All-Star break of the first season of the channel. Unbelievable. The 1-1 to Gunnar. Oh, come on with the call, Blue. I know you've given that call to Corbin a couple of times tonight, but man, not here, not now. Pitch is off the plate outside. It's called a strike. 1-2 on Henderson. Come on, Gunner. We need some magic, my friend. The 1-2 is hit in the air left side and slicing foul out of play. We need a spark. And Gunner is like a powder keg. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Folks, we're on the sub screen right now in case you're just joining us because the Orioles are in the middle of a rally, and that's where we like to be, especially when Gunner's at the plate. It helps us avoid any spoilers, and it provides us a bit of luck more often than not. The 1-2 check swing. No, he didn't go. You say you're not gonna check. The home plate umpire makes the call on the check swing himself. I'll need to see a side angle, but boy, that didn't look like much. Oh, it's close. I mean, I'll say this much. Maybe he went, but that's not the home plate umpire's call. Rutschman strikes out. 2 down. Excuse me, Gunner strikes out. Rutschman at the plate. 2 down. And Rutschman takes a pitch up and in for ball 1. There's a called strike. Rob, I think he might have went. I think that bat head kind of crossed that parallel with the plate. Just a touch. Just a touch. But I'm only being honest. Rutschman gets into one to left field and deep. Stay up. It's caught out there on the track in front of Baltimore. Left field at Camden Yards has swallowed up 2 would-be Oriole home runs. One from Hayes and now one from Rutschman. This inning is over. The Orioles, it can't get any more frustrating right now on offense. It can't get any more frustrating than this. Anything would be a spark right now. Man. There's just no rhythm. You know that rhythm when the Orioles offense is working. There's a rhythm to it. I'm not saying every player goes up and you bat around every time, but when we do score, there's a rhythm. There's no rhythm right now. Guys are swinging early when they should be taken. Guys are taking called strike threes when they should be swinging. Guys aren't hitting in fundamental situations and doing some small things. Everybody's just up there hacking. Oh, man, I don't get it. What happened? We got tomorrow night and then the Yankees. We got to turn this thing around the next 36 hours or whatever. I'm not dogging. Have I attacked any individual player? The only thing I say about James McCann is that he's just not a good enough bat in the lineup when you have an alternative like a Heston Kjerstad. That's all I'm saying about McCann. I think as a backup catcher, he's fine. He's got good veteran leadership. I think his defensive acumen is pretty good. It's just I'm tired of seeing him in the lineup 40% of the time. It's just too much. Look, in general, moving the ball back in left field has been beneficial for us. Tonight is not a good example of it, but in general, how can you fault a team that leads the league in home runs, despite having a giant left field that swallows up a lot of outs for the opposing team. Morella's at the plate to lead off the top of the sixth. First pitch is a strike, and the next one is inside, nearly hit him. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 to Morel. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there from Burnes. Looked like a slider that broke just a bit below the zone. Morel hit a home run to straightaway center field in his first AB. That was back in the second inning. He takes low here. 2-2 the count. Burnes has given up 8 hits through 5 innings. There's a called strike 3 on the outside edge. Strikeout number 5 on the night for Burnes. 1 out in the top of the 6th. If Burnes completes this inning, it'll be another quality start. If he can complete the inning without giving up a run. There's a curveball that looked like it might have caught the top of the zone, but that goes down as ball 1 to Dansby Swanson. Swanson 1 for 2 with a hit and a run scored. So these are the 8 contestants in the home run derby. They only had it on the screen for a split second as this pitch is up and into Dansby Swanson. 2-0 the count. Show me that list again, please. I saw Gunner's name. The 2-0 is hit in the air, right field, right center, and it's going to drop in and bounce up against the wall. It actually wedges under the wall, and Swanson can just coast into second base standing with a 1-out double. Swanson coming in tonight hitting on the Mendoza line, his second hit of the night. 9th hit given up by Burnes through 5 1/3. Calvin, I think because the big monster, either you hit the wall and it's not a homer, or it hits over the wall and lands somewhere above it into the seats, and it's a home run. This is a ground ball that's going to be out number 2. It's going to allow Swanson to move up to third base. Crow Armstrong grounds out for out number 2. Ohtani was pitching in the pregame warm-ups. Interesting. No plans on him pitching again in competitive action until next year, as far as I know. Here's a comebacker over the mound. Gunner fields it and throws out Amaya, the catcher, for out number 3. So, whether or not Burnes continues on, we'll see. But for now, he has pitched yet another quality start. In order to do that, you need to pitch 6 innings at least and give up 3 runs or fewer. And that's precisely what he has done here tonight. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Middle of the order due up. Come on, Baltimore. Come on. Come on. Get to the chopper. Come on. Do it now. Come on. Oh, boy. Hey, it's painful, Rob, but you got me here to help out, right? I'm like that kind nurse in the what do you call the what's the place people go when they're on the verge of checking out? A hospice. I'm like the nice nurse at a hospice. It's painful. It sucks. But I'm going to try to help it be a little better for you. Bottom of the fifth, the Yankees are up 2-1. I see that now, Rob. Oh, the Rays have a one-out bases loaded situation. All right, well, that's worth taking a deeper look. Let's see how this works out. Isaac Paredes, who hit that big 3-run homer against the Yankees in the first game, is at the plate. Rays have the right man up there, Stroman on the mound. Rays have out hit the Yankees 7-3 on the night. Only one out, so the tying run could score on a sac fly. Oh, Tim Hill is in to relieve Stroman, so Stroman's just been taken out of that ball game. All right, we're ready to get back underway. What is this pitch? A curveball outside called a strike to Mountcastle. This umpire stinks. Next pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mountie. Mountcastle has 2 of the Orioles' 4 hits tonight, a pair of singles. Ray, because Burnes is pitching tonight, there's no time left. There are 4 games left until the All-Star break, so you're going to see the other 4 guys in our rotation. And indeed, Burnes will be pitching in the All-Star game. Mountcastle goes opposite field for his 3rd base hit of the night. So the one guy we're looking at is like, hey, buddy, you're kind of due to get back on track. Ryan Mountcastle with 3 hits tonight. Some extra base hits would be a little more helpful right now, but you'll take what you can get. Folks, Anthony Santander's coming up. He can make this a 1-run ball game rather quickly. By the way, Imanaga, first time through the batting order, opponents hitting 170. Third time through, they're hitting 389. So he is one of those pitchers that does start to wear her down in a big way. Let's hope we can take advantage. This should be his final inning of work. 0-1 the count on Santander. Next pitch is inside, 1-1 the count. Come on, Tony. I'm going to put some tater tots out here for you. Is that what you need, Tony? You need some tots? You got some tots, all right? This pitch is fouled away at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cionel Perez, the lefty, getting loose for the Orioles in their bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes. It is finally nighttime here in Baltimore. They couldn't score as Santander hits a weak fly ball to right field for out number 1. Bellinger barely had to move to make that catch. So what happened in that Paredes at bat? Bases loaded, 1 out. He couldn't do anything. Jordan Westburg at the plate. Big curveball stays off the plate outside for ball 1. Westburg 0 for 2 tonight. Imanaga now on 90 pitches. Strikeout on 3 pitches. God. Ugh. Oh, Westy got into one. Come on. The wall can't hold this one. It just hits off the top of the wall and left. My goodness. Can't we catch a break? Jordan Westburg inches away from a 2-run homer. Instead, it'll be a double, 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. We got to cash this in. We got to cash this in. Look how close this is to going out. You could tell right off the bat that was A home run type swing. Home run anywhere else. Anywhere else. Here come the Cubs pitching coach meeting on the mound. All-star Jordan Westburg just missing a 2-run homer. He'll take a double and hope that the Orioles can keep the line moving. Second and third with 1 out. We've got to score 2 runs in this inning minimum. And Austin Hayes is coming up. He's 1 for 2 tonight, and the out he made was another out just in front of the large wall in deep left field. He just missed going deep. And he's been in a groove lately. This is the guy you kind of want right now at the plate, Austin Hayes. Righty on lefty. Second and third, 1 out. You've got to do something productive here. The first pitch is off the plate, up and away for ball 1. Crowd's starting to make a little bit of noise. Hayes is hitting .364 off of lefties. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. All right, Ran P. I kind of don't like to be told what to do, but... The 1-1 to Hayes is low, ball 2. And Ran, he didn't even get the charge out. Rob beat you to it. Baxter beat you to it. Janet beat you to it. Evan beat you to it. 2-1 the count on Hayes. The pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. There's Ran P. Imanaga up to 95 pitches. You've got to strike when the iron is hot. And the iron is red hot. Yeah, it's hard to hit the ball out because of the heavy air. Ray has got a point. I'm telling you right now, folks, in normal weather conditions, the Orioles would already have 3 runs on the board at least. 2-2 the count on Hayes. The pitch. Did he just get a piece? Thank God. I thought Hayes struck out. Austin Hayes just got a piece of this one to stay alive. There's an orange glow of the final vestiges of sunlight peering over the left field corner of the ballpark. The sky is Oriole orange. Why don't you hit it that way, Austin? 2-2 the count. The pitch. Called strike 3. Jorge Mateo. Need a 2-out hit. 0 for 2 tonight. Fouled away. Mateo's grounded out twice. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, the bum Mateo is hitting .294. Did you hear that, Jack? 0-1 is swung and a missed. He chased a bad one low and away. I repeat, Mateo this season with runners in scoring position is batting .297. Pitch number 100 from Imanaga. Swung on and missed. We go to the 7th inning, 3-0 Cubs. Boy. All right. Well, it's sort of the same situation with Cade Povich. I sat there biting my tongue. I had my opinions about Cade Povich, but I didn't want to be the guy to be the only guy to go, well, I don't think Cade Povich is really ready to just have a spot in the rotation. I understand you bring him up because there's injuries. It's a chance to see what he's got. But as soon as we got enough people back fit to be in the rotation, he probably should just go back down to AAA, and maybe next year will be the year he becomes a regular in the rotation. I don't know, but it's a good idea to bring up your best pitching prospect because A, you might need to help out with the injuries, and B, it's a chance to see maybe he will have that great stuff like a lot of rookie pitchers tend to do every year. A few of them just break out of nowhere. They're not always the top prospects. They're not always Paul Skeens. In fact, you look at a lot of the top pitchers out there in the game today, they were not considered elite prospects when they broke into baseball. They just became what they are. You can throw Corbin Burnes into that mix. Burnes started off his major league career terribly. Absolutely terribly. So, Jack, you're laughing at Rob because Mateo struck out. See, Jack, that's the part about you I don't understand. It's like you seem to enjoy when the Orioles get a bad result in order to prove yourself right. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why is that your goal? To be right about when things are wrong. Like, do you think, like, the CIA or somebody's watching? Like, oh, we need to recruit this guy. This guy knows something nobody else knows. I don't get it, Jack. Perez is at the plate. He's on the mound. Michael Busch at the plate. He takes a strike after ball one. 1-1 the count. I mean, come on, Jack. We've been doing this merry-go-round now for months. What are we doing? The 0-1 pitch is off the plate outside, 1-1. Last I checked, no matter what happens tonight, the Orioles will wake up tomorrow in first place in the American League East and on the pace for over 100 wins. That's all I know. Here's a called strike. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Uh-oh. Sorry about that, Janet. The 1-2 pitch to Busch is fouled back off to the left. We are in the late innings, folks. The Orioles, after sputtering offensively last night, have gone even further down the spiral. No runs yet through 6 innings. They have scattered 6 hits, and they just simply can't string a rally together and get the big hit. Busch fouls this one away, 1-2 the count. Bases empty, 1 down for the Cubs in the top of the 7th. Janet. This one is hit into center. Kowser's there. A few steps to his left makes the catch. 2 down. Oh, come on, Janet. If my microphone's a rockin', don't come a knockin'. That's right. Don't knock on my door. I'm busy. Here's Cody Bellinger. He looks at a pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Trade back for Dylan Bundy. Uh-oh, there's the 2-hour mark. I should have been ready for this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Come on. Let's not make this a big thing. Cody Bellinger's at the plate. He's got a 1-1 count last I checked. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes now. He fouled off a pitch, so we're at 1-2. Bases empty, 2 down. Bellinger 2 for 3 tonight. And he's also got a stolen base. I thought he had 2. This pitch is up and in. 2-2 the count. Did that hit him? I'm getting some freezing action again on the broadcast. That was up and in, 97 miles an hour on Bellinger. And did he get hit by that pitch? It did. It hit him. It hit him. Bellinger will go to first base, 2 down. As the trainer comes out to take a look at Bellinger. Another hand hit by an Oriole pitcher. We saw this happen to Aaron Judge. And we saw this happen to Corey Seager. And considering Bellinger is one of the stud hitters in this Cubs lineup, I feel like the Orioles are going to start getting a reputation that wasn't quite what they intended, which is that we're trying to throw at other teams' best hitters. I don't think it's intentional whatsoever. Although I will say when Judge got hit, that was intentional. The Judge hit was intentional. The Seager one, no. This one, no. But the optics, to those who aren't following the game night after night or following, just sort of the atmosphere of the game, they could just look at it and go, wow, you hit Judge, you hit Seager, now you're hitting Bellinger? What are you doing, Baltimore? Bellinger will stay in the game. What happened here? 5-second delay for what? Not sure what happened. 2 down. Here's Suzuki with Bellinger at first. He takes a called strike. Yeah, I do think that same way. But, opinions can change over time. This pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. I mean, it's just an easy thing for a talking head on a sports radio channel to say. Well, the Orioles have hit Judge, they've hit Seager, now they've hit Bellinger. What are we supposed to conclude? That's the way they'll spin it. 1-1 the count on Suzuki. That ball's fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The hat is on standby. And I got a feeling it's going to make an appearance for the 7th inning stretch. Now, the hat hasn't been able to help us much lately. This pitch to Suzuki is fouled off to the right. Still 1-2. Broken bat on that one. And the large piece of the lumber flew out into the direction of Perez. Hey, folks, not only are we sending Adley, Gunnar, Westberg, and Burnes to the All-Star game, athletic trainer Brian Ebel and ball boy Tyler Smith also representing at the All-Star game. Here's an inside-out swing by Suzuki. Oh, that's the replay of the broken bat. Okay. Wow, that bat really did come at Perez like a death weapon. 1-2 pitch. This one's fouled off. Did you vote for Tyler Smith? Can you imagine being a ball boy? First of all, as a kid, what a great opportunity. And the next thing you know, you're traveling with the team. Look at this catch by this young lady on the foul ball. Give that fan a contract. Holy cow, look at this leaping barehanded grab Or is that a dude? I'm sorry. Didn't see the... Not a lady. A bearded gentleman. There's a swing and a miss. Perez gets the strikeout. And the inning is over. Folks, Rob, he had his back to me. If he looked at him from behind, it looked like a lady. I'm sorry. He had his hair in a ponytail. Couldn't see any facial hair. Kind of skinny. Not a whole lot of bulk. What do you want me to do? All right. 7th inning stretch time. I know what I can do. I'm going to get out the frying pan because it's time to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in the chat. That's right. Go carb crazy. Da-da, da-da, do look like a lady. Da-da, do look like a lady. By the way, I remember one of the lower turnout games at Camden Yards. You know, they got the escalators taking you up to the upper deck. There was a particular ball game back in the late 90s where your boy BW had love on an escalator, living it up when I'm going down. Love on an escalator, going up to section 214. All right, here we go. Is Suzuki done? 100 pitches, I would hope so. And it's starting to rain. They have not listed a new pitcher yet to replace Imanaga, but he's on 100 pitches. Thank God I'm a country boy. It depends on when the rain comes down, the man. If the game were to be paused in the top half of an inning, the Cubs aren't allowed to have an extra at-bat before we do. The game would be suspended. We got to get our licks in. And we're getting our licks in now. No, you're right. Once you go into the bottom of the fifth, if the home team is winning, that's when a rain game counts. But if it's a situation where the road team is winning and the home team hasn't had their at-bat of the inning yet, you can't just sit there and call the game without the home team getting their final swings. They just suspend the game and pick it back up at a later date. Colton Cowser at the plate, 2-0 the count. We are in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch is a called strike. Oh. Oh. Hey, Land Shark, do your neighbors hear this? Oh. The 2-1 is hit off the end of the bat, and Cowser had no idea where it was, and because of that, he's going to get thrown out of first base. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Cowser spent 2-3 seconds in the box wondering where the ball went after he hit it. It was a chopper on the infield, and by not busting out of the box, he's unable to beat out what would have been an infield single to start the inning. I mean, I can't think of other strange circumstances where the Orioles are just playing themselves into trouble here. James McCann takes a called strike at the bottom of the zone. I mean, this is a night where this is Murphy's Law night. Can it go wrong? Well, it will. We need to turn it around. McCann had a double his last time up. Did not score. Count even up at 1-1. Pitch. Right in there. Called strike. 95. Outside edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out with McCann. This is the second time where McCann comes up second in the inning. Now, again, he hit a double his last time up. That one's way inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They went into the house after that one. All right. Turn up your device, Landshark, and point it at your neighbors. I apologize for lowering your property value. See if they get the message. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3. The second time in the at-bat, McCann has to dance out of the way on a pitch inside. Full count. Oh, by the way, Little, the left-hander, is out on the mound. Forgive me for not making that point made. We got a first name on this guy. Luke Little. By the way, there we have ball 4. McCann draws a walk after a check swing, no swing. McCann reaches base for the second straight at bat. Shows you what I know. Oh, that ball hit him, excuse me. Got him on the knee. He got him on the knee. Forgive me, I've made a terrible call. Here comes Gunnar. Come on. Gosh darn it. Come on. Off the plate outside to Gunnar. 0 for 3 tonight. Right-hander Hodge getting loose for Chicago. Called strike on the outside edge at 96 from Little. By the way, there's a member of the Little family getting married to another ball player. So be sure to look out for the announcement of the Little Mindick wedding coming up. As this pitch is up and in on Henderson. The count now 2-1. That's right. Getting married in a couple of weeks from now. The Little Mindick wedding. 2-1 pitch is hit on the ground weakly. This could be trouble. Gunnar will beat it out. Gunnar will beat it out. We'll take it any way we can get it. There's a little bit of a splash in the zone. This is the kind of weird play we needed going our way. Gunnar with a swinging bunt. First base side. Beats it out. Tying run coming into the plate. Apparently there's a meeting on the mound. What's that you say? What's that you say? I don't notice anything different. I notice nothing different at all. Adley Rutschman will hit from the right side. That's Little Mindick. Please, get it right. All right. Rutschman 0 for 2 tonight. Hitting from the right side against the lefty Little. First pitch, outside edge, called a strike. That might have gotten the plate by 1 stitch. Adley hitting .338 with runners in scoring position. The time is now to get back into this ball game. The 0-1. Hit to the right side and foul. Adley in an 0-2 hole. And now he's going to have to work. And here comes the rain. All right, we need a Roy Hobbs moment right here, right now. Come on, Roy. There may be one more pitch left in this. Are they going to call it? Adley looks like he doesn't want to keep going. And now the home plate umpire asks for time. What are we doing? The rain is coming down. They're not going to stop. Umpire says let's keep going. Or no. Nope. Here comes the tarp. This Rutschman AB is going to be paused with an 0-2 count. 2 men on base, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Looks like a member of the grounds crew with an iPad is showing the home plate umpire what the radar is looking like. And to be honest with you, it looks like the rain has already started to let up. And now the tarp comes out. They might have brought the tarp out late. Man, look at how many people are on that tarp. Got to be 25 people at least. Well, apparently the bad weather has caused somebody to say, I'm sick of subscribing to this channel. Enough's enough. I apologize for the weather. Former 1510. All right. The crowd is making their way into the concourse. And we're going to have ourselves a rain delay. Yay! Oh, and they're going to try to get it in, Scarecrow. They're going to try to get it in. It's only 8:48. I mean, one thing I will say about these early start times, if you have a rain delay, you got a decent chance at waiting it out. It's only 8:48. I'm sure they're not going to... It'll be an hour before they even decide that it's suspended. But hopefully we won't have to wait an hour at all. Man, oh man, oh man. What do I talk about in a rain delay in a game where the Orioles can't get anything right? What do I talk about? What do we do, folks? Ugh. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? You know, I wish I had an ability to send you to another channel and then just zap you all right back here, but it just doesn't work that way. There are channels with live baseball going on right now, folks, if you want to check it out. But I think the best thing for me to do with this rain delay, I mean, it's going to be minimum 20 minutes. So that's going to give me time to run down, get some breakfast, get a fresh cup of coffee, and come on back in time. You hear me? Maybe roll a special lucky while I'm at it. So what I'm going to do is maybe pop up a little note here that says we are in a rain delay and I'll be back. Okay. I'll leave it right here next to the Dickens Cider ad read. All right, we are in a rain delay. I will be back shortly. Stick around. Oh, come on. Can I do this? All right. All right. Oh, would you please? Are you being that difficult? What for? Just don't be difficult. What am I asking for here? Thank you. All right. How's everybody doing, Charm City chat? Hey, if anybody's got any questions or anything, now's the time. I'm going to have to make this larger. Oh, is it raining out here now? Hold on. It is pouring down rain here too. I don't know if just pointing my mic out will get you to pick it up. But hot damn, the minute the game goes into a rain delay, so does my part of the world. All right. This larger here. Nobody's going to be able to read that. All right. Where do I leave this? Up top? You're going to want to see the score. I guess I'll put it right about there. All right, folks. I'm going to... Oh, wait. I'm blocking. But if I go away, it'll unblock, right? If I do this, then we're good to go. All right, folks. I'm going to grab some refreshments, all right? I'll be back. Come check back in. Do what you got to do. Walk your dog or something, all right? Check back in about 15 minutes. Thank you. Oh my God, it's coming down like fucking crazy. Can't believe I'm going out in this. Whoa. The game is back on. I repeat, the game is back on. And Adley strikes out looking. Are you kidding me? I just ran through a frickin' monsoon to watch Adley strike out there? Jesus. Unbelievable. I made it back just in time. One pitch. Adley strikes out. Looking. Come on. Charm City chat, talk to me. Let me know you can hear me. Oh my God. Is it great timing? Is it? I was hoping this rain would wash away whatever the hell's going wrong with the team right now. And then I just had to make my way through a monsoon. Don't let this bright light behind me fool you. It is raining really hard out here right now. Flash flooding. My feet are soaking wet. In my socks. Let's go ahead and peel those off. Got myself a shrimp omelet to snack on, but the damn ball game's already on. Now what do I do? How many people left? 82 are here. Maybe they shall return. Right-hander coming out here for the Cubs. Porter Hodge. 12 games on the season. 1.32 ERA. Ryan Mountcastle is 3 for 3 tonight. He can tie the game with one swing. He takes inside, ball one. Where's my hat? My waterlogged hat. The 1-0 on the outside corner, called a strike. First and second, 2 down. The pitch is fouled back off to the right. Still some precipitation out there. Mountie wiping his bat off between the legs. It's been nearly a month since the last time Mountie went deep, and he fouls this one back. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Mountie not so good with 2 strikes on him. 211 average on the season. But he has hit a couple of home runs. 3 for 3 tonight. With runners in scoring position, the Orioles are 0 for 9. And this ball's hit the right field, down into the corner. This ball is going to bounce up against the large rolling door there in foul ground down the right field corner. Mountie just missing extra bases. Boy. It is pouring out here on my end of the world. Good thing I got over there when I did. How'd I trick you? How did I trick you? This pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mountie. Well, keep feeling it, the man. It can happen. Don't lose feeling and don't blame me for losing it. The 2-2 is swung on and popped up. Shallow center. Crow Armstrong makes the catch, and this 7th inning is over. A rain delay in the middle of this rally, but the result is the same. The Orioles put men on, and they can't get a single one in. How many left on base through 7 innings tonight without 1 run? 9. 9 stranded runners without 1 scoring. This is the worst of the worst. This is the worst of the worst. And again, just so that I'm understood out there in Birdland, my reaction to the Orioles offense lately is not me going, oh my God, for the rest of the season, what are we going to do? We're in a lot of trouble. No, that's not it at all. That's the Yankees talking about them. What I'm saying is that we've got a big series against the Yankees coming up the day after tomorrow. A 3-game series that could swing this division one way or the other really quick. And what I want to see from my Orioles, win or lose against these Cubs, is just a better looking team than this. This is not a team playing with confidence. This is not a team up there with a whole lot of plate discipline right now. Playing fundamental baseball. The pitching has been suspect. This is not the time. We've got to be ready for that Yankee series, and then take your break. One loss to the Yankees means twice as much as a loss to the Cubs. You guys understand that, right? Hey, John Russell, welcome in and becoming a Magic member. I gotta admit, I'm surprised on a night like tonight where your boy hasn't been in the most positive of moods, needing a little bit of help. Maybe, just maybe, John, maybe you're the catalyst that'll help this Orioles team get back on track. Jacob Webb is out here to pitch the top of the 8th. Appearance number 44 in the season, a record of 1-4, an ERA of 2.72. It'll be Ian Happ, the switch-hitting outfielder, up first. First pitch is inside for ball 1. When am I going to eat this breakfast? All right, am I up? Am I up? Uppity up, up, up. Test, test, test. All right. What a disaster. What a disaster. God, what do we got going on here? Why is this like this? What is this? What is this? Dansby Swanson is at the plate. 2 out in the top of the 8th. Nobody on. First pitch is up and away for ball 1. Can anybody hear me? And Swanson lines out to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. I guess we should do a lag check at this stage. I'll say a number. Tell me the number. The number is 5. Type it in 5, please. Wow, that is amazingly not bad. I can't believe it. To the 24 new subscribers that have signed up to the Orioles BirdWatcher channel tonight, first of all, thank you so much. Secondly, I can promise you something. Normally, my streams are way better than this. So if you're willing to sign up for this, oh, you're in line for some really good times. The hat. All right. The hat got a little wet out there, guys. I got a wet bill. All right. Tony, Westberg, and Hayes are due up. 2 more trips to the plate, 6 more outs to play with. Santander, first pitch, lines one into the opposite field for a base hit. Yes, I have food in my mouth as I make that call. I thought I could sneak in a bite, but Tony gets the party started in the bottom of the 8th without a single tater up in the chat. We need base runners. There's one. Here's Westberg. This pitch is a called strike. What was that nasty pitch moving all over the place to Westberg? Aaron, if that's what you're into, you can enjoy that. There are some websites that will appeal to your fetish. Good luck with that, Aaron. 1-1 the count on Westberg. The pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aaron's not sure how to reply to a response like that. Are you sure? Are you sure, Aaron? Because honestly, your opinion of how I'm doing is really the only thing I'm thinking about right now. 1-2 the count on Westberg. 1 down. Or nobody out. This one is a comebacker over the pitcher, and they're going to tap the second base bag. The shortstop, Swanson. That's going to go as a fielder's choice on a pitch that was hit back up the middle. Santander is off the base paths. Westberg replaces him at first base, 1 away. Am I being a dick? I thought I was kind of being funny, Aaron. Aren't you kind of being a dick by predicting a double play ball in the middle of an Orioles rally? I thought we were kind of having fun together, Aaron. As this pitch is fouled back, but I guess I'm the dick. All right, Aaron, thanks. More to come from the dick. As Austin Hayes fouls the first pitch back, Dylan Tate is getting loose in the bullpen. Runner at first, 1 out. This pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. I love it when people try to play the whole, mental gymnastics game with me. It's always fun. 1-1 the count on Hayes. The pitch from Hodge. That one's hit hard, but right at the center fielder. Crow Armstrong makes the catch, 2 down. Hayes has hit the ball hard every time up tonight, but has only got 1 hit to show for it. Two down in the 8th. We're going to get a pinch hitter here. Ryan O'Hearn. And that will cause another meeting on the Cubs mound. Not sure what there is to talk about here. 2 down, runner at first. You're not going to just put him on to bring up the tying run. Maybe they're just talking about what kind of pitches O'Hearn has a Achilles heel for just go over what kind of pitches they want to throw here. Makes me feel kind of funny, like when I used to climb the rope in gym class. O'Hearn in 74 games this season, hitting .280, 11 homers, 37 driven in. This pitch is fouled back right behind the plate. Sorry about that, Ray. That is a bad time to strike out. Okay. I apologize, Ray. Between the rain delay, the breakup, the comeback, I knew he hit the ball hard a couple of times. I screwed the pooch on that one, Ray. Thanks for the correction. I do appreciate it. 1-1 the count on O'Hearn here. And that pitch is a called strike on the outside edge. The Cubs have out hit the Orioles 9-8. That would make it seem close, but the Birds have yet to score. O'Hearn hits one on the ground. Swanson decides to go the long way to first, and that is the end of the inning. The Orioles have had men on base here and there for most of the night. I mean, man, we go to the ninth. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Chicago. I hear the man. There's no excuse for that. And the worst part of it is, and a lot of you people in chat deserve credit for it, calling it out, if not for days now, then weeks, which is, yes, we do get our runs. We are a top or near the top in offense in several categories, including the one that matters most, runs scored. That's what you need. Outscore your opponent. Score them any way you can. And it's hard to argue with home runs as a good weapon because they put runs on the board nice and quick. And if anybody's on base, you can put up a nice chunk of runs real quick. But I tell you what, it's true. Unless we're hitting the ball out of the park, if we got runners on base, we are not moving the line around. It's been a while. Dylan Tate is out here, top of the ninth. 28 appearances so far on the season, 4.45 ERA. Man, that is spiked up. He must have been in on that Oakland game over the weekend. So his ERA is over 4.5. Crow Armstrong, the batter, 1 for 3 tonight. He fouls off the first pitch. Vonnie's had enough. This pitch is outside, 0-2 the count. Excuse me, 1-1 the count. I admit it. Running out in the middle of a monsoon to get some food has definitely got me off my game. Okay there, Jaden. Saying it 4 times in a row is fine. A 5th time means you're gone forever. Is that what you want? Because it's really no sweat off our sack. The 1-2 to Crow Armstrong. Ah, Aaron. You can go ahead and just knock Aaron out. Aaron was just looking for a reason to be antagonistic. See, Aaron, you're proving my point. You're an antagonistic person. And then you try to turn it around and go, why are you being a dick, man? Because you're being a dick first, man. And I called you out on it. And then you try to do the whole reverse psychology thing. And it didn't work. And now you're gone. Thanks for stopping in. As Dylan Tate strikes out Crow Armstrong for the first out here in the ninth. I'm not in the mood, buddy. All right? Take a hike. Here's Miguel Amaya. Takes a called strike at the top of the zone. Exactly. Exactly. If you're going to be antagonistic, at least be good at it. Work on your game some. Here's a ground ball to third. And that'll be an out. Arias makes the play, 2 down. Because here's the thing. If you're going to spend your time being antagonistic, first of all, own up to it. Don't sit there, insult somebody you just met to try to get a rise out of them, and then when they respond, go, well, why are you getting so mad, man? What are you doing? What is your end game? Are you a psychological madman? Are you the next Marvel villain? You're just got a super brain. You can completely manipulate me and everybody else around you. Congratulations, Aaron. Those are some great skills you're working on. Nico Horner at the plate. He takes strike 1 on a foul ball. Hope you understood everything I'm saying there, Aaron. But I got a feeling you're going to bring that personality over to a new stream and start it all over again. Because that's your MO. Hi, Justin, with a brand new name. You can go ahead and get rid of Justin now. You can go ahead and get rid of Justin Cross, who thought that by changing his name but not changing his profile picture would somehow work out. Oh, you know what? It's not. It's not the same. It looks the same. All right, now I need to stop. It's a double here. All right, Justin, I'm sorry. Justin, I apologize. Justin, just saying hi. I'm sorry, Justin. Your avatar looks so familiar. It's so... Your boy's got blurred vision. You got the 2 people next to each other with a little light up in the corner. And I thought you were the other guy. Justin, my biggest apologies. Folks, it is 3-0 Cubs in the top of the ninth. 2 down, runner at second. Oh, I didn't send Vonnie anywhere. I didn't do anything to Vonnie. Vonnie's right here. Vonnie left on her own accord. Ah, Christ. Here's Michael Bush. 2 down in the top of the ninth. Hey, Mastro Buoni is on deck. Let's hope it doesn't get that far. Here's a blooper into left field for a hit, and this is going to score another run. Michael Bush with a bloop opposite field. He barely put that ball into play, and it just dumps in there for an RB out, 2-out RBI single. I mean, why can't we do something like this? He barely got the wood on this. There is nothing going our way tonight. I thought last night was bad. This feels worse. There's a called strike to Mastro Buoni, who makes his way into the ballgame. Yeah, apparently the NL Central has got the book on us, except the Reds. We did sweep the Reds, but we lost 2 out of 3 to Milwaukee. We lost 2 out of 3 to Pittsburgh. and we got swept by the Cardinals. We've lost the first game to the Cubs, and we're down 4-0 in the ninth here. Check on the runner, back in. And now apparently the scoreboard here is just blank. So everything you can possibly imagine going wrong tonight. It's Murphy's Law night at the ballpark. For the first 20,000 guests, one free everything goes wrong. Ages 18 and over. This is a ground ball toward the first base side. And going to cover the bag is Mountcastle to win the inning. All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth. The Orioles don't have any runs. Just to recap with our friend earlier, because you guys, I don't want to have a reputation for being one of these like super judgmental, oh, let me sit on my throne and just throw out everybody I can that annoys me in the slightest. But when you come in here and the first interaction you have is to type in double play when the Orioles got first and third trying to get on the board, and you're basically saying worst case outcome. And then I reply to that to go like, what are you doing, buddy? And then your response is, what's up? What's wrong with you? I'm fine. You're not a good egg. You're not a good egg if that's the way you roll, okay? Just dude that I'll never see again, but might be hearing me still. Just try a fresh approach somewhere else. You do understand the personality that you are sort of projecting over the internet is shared by millions and millions of other people just like you that apparently get some sort of rush out of antagonizing a group of people. There's nothing special about it. It might have been special like in the mid-90s with dial-up internet and America Online. It's not special now. Just try a new hobby. Here we go. Ninth inning. Colton Cowser at the plate. And Hector Neris is on the mound for the Cubs. First pitch is a strike. And now my game is pausing. This one is fouled away. 0-2 the count on Cowser, and I'm going to have to refresh this again and probably miss the result. What is going on tonight? I admit it, your boy is not being as charming as his usual self. Some things are just not being easy tonight. I do apologize. I'm going to do my best to make things better for tomorrow's game. The pitch to Cowser is swung on and missed on a pitch up and away. Good Lord. One out. Here's Heston Kjerstad getting a chance to hit. Takes off the plate for ball one. Kjerstad with a chance to maybe not make this a shutout and do more in one at bat this entire team could do all night long. He swings and misses here. The count 1-1. 1-1 pitch is hit on the right side and through for a base hit. Heston Kjerstad left out of the lineup because, we're facing a lefty pitcher, so he can't possibly be of any use. We need 2 catchers in the lineup. That's what we need. Kjerstad with a base hit in his only AB tonight. Here comes Gunnar. 1 for 4 tonight. He did have a single his last time up. Takes on the outside corner for a called strike. 15-15. Holy Toledo, folks. 15-15. I love a nice repetitious number. Man, that pitch was low, and that's called strike 2 to Henderson. 0-2 the count. Brandon Hyde. Brandon Hyde looks like... Brandon, just go ahead. We're in the 9th. Go out there and scream at the ump. We need something to shake up this team. Honestly, that's what I want to see, is Brandon Hyde going out there and getting in this ump's face. I don't care if it's warranted or not. This team just needs a spark. The 0-2 to Gunnar. Swung on, grounded to second. This could be 2. Swanson with the relay, and it's in time, and this ball game is over. The Orioles get on the phone to see if there's a challenge worth doing, but yeah, he's not safe. The ball game is over. The Orioles have been shut out for the 3rd time this year, and 2nd time like in a week, right? What the hell's going on here, folks? What the hell's going on? Stand by, folks. We're going to have a bit of a post-game wrap-up. The Cubs, 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 8 men left on base. The Orioles, 0 runs, 9 hits, 0 errors, 10 men left on. You just can't do that. And the Yankees have won tonight to close the gap on us in the division. We still lead the division, which is nice, but I want to see something here. I want to see what our other shutouts were this season. Didn't one happen? If we've only had 3. Okay, so we just had this one. So what are the other 2? We won 2-zip. Where's an L with a 0? The last time we got shut out was at DC on May 8th. And the other shutout was against the Yankees at home in that series, in that 4-game series where we won 3 out of 4. So that's it. That was when Louis Heel was pitching and nobody could hit him. That was a shutout for us. The other shutout, pretty inexplicable, I remember. Trevor Williams on the mound with Corbin Burnes. Made 0 sense. By the way, I'm noticing something with these 3 shutouts. All 3 shutouts have been with Corbin Burnes pitching. So, yeah, whoever said earlier that Corbin Burnes probably getting annoyed with the offense when he's pitching, I can understand it. 3 shutouts on the season, all when he's pitched. That is not good. We've got one more game tomorrow to try to get back on track before this Yankees series that starts on Friday. It's going to be Albert Suarez going up against Justin Steele, who, if you thought Imanaga was tough, Steele's right there in line. Another tough southpaw, which means, are we going back to the same lineup against the lefty? Are we going to start James McCann again tomorrow in the lineup? I know McCann had a double tonight, but come on, folks. This guy should not be in the lineup 3-4 games a week. Folks, I got a lot I got to get off my chest tonight. I'm sorry I wasn't the the rally cry, the cheerleader, the guy to help you get through a tough game. But let's be honest, folks. The last 3 losses, which is 3 out of the last 4 games, have all been quite ugly. A 19-8 loss, a 9-2 loss, and then this shutout tonight. That is 3 of our last 4 results. I would say this is worse than the 5-game losing streak. I think it's worse. At least in that streak, we had a couple of close games here. Ah, boy. All right, folks. The Orioles will wake up tomorrow in first place in the American League East. But we got to win this final game against the Cubs tomorrow to get our mood right for the upcoming Yankees series. That's all I want to see us do. Albert Suarez against Justin Steele. First pitch will be at 6:35 p.m., same as tonight. Your boy will be on the air at 6:25 p.m., rain or shine. Folks, I want to send a huge thank you to Charm City Chat tonight because, folks, I know this was a rough one. For everyone who has stayed to the bitter end, know this much. You are true Oriole fans. You are here when the times are tough, and that is why when we reach the promised land, that victory, that feeling of euphoria for you guys and for me, it's going to be so much more heavy. It's going to feel so much more powerful, I'm telling you. It's what life's all about. You take your lumps and you keep trying. And then hopefully one day you get out on top. So I really want to say thanks to the Charm City Chat tonight. Erica, Janet, Baxter, Elgood, Base, Rand P., Scarecrow, Zopfinator, Book Doc, Cantankerous, Ray, The Man, John Mussenden. Also, thanks, Janet, and to all the other mods for helping with the chat. Who else we got up here? Everybody else repeating already? Rishi Rich, Frio, Ray Berry, Jack. I know we have our back and forth, Jack. Dennis. And, of course, a couple of people that stopped on by with an apparent attempt to disrupt things. Leonard Joseph Weinrich. Or Wyrick. Landshark. Okay, that's probably going to about do it. Coldest. Thanks for coming in tonight. Dylan Clark. Klongle Churgan. John Russell. There's another one I wanted to point out. Thank you for becoming a Magic member tonight, John. Matt. Did I even say your name yet? Of course. It's always good to have you here, Matt. All right, folks, I think I'm about out of room here. Calvin, there you are. All right, folks. 56 people still hanging in here. It's time for me to sign up, but over 4,000 people checked in tonight. We got to 100 likes and well over 1,500 subs. Folks, I swear to God, I would trade the likes and the subs and all that analytical information back for an Orioles win. I promise you, that's how much it means to me. I hope you'll come back tomorrow and root this team on to take the third and final game. Albert Suarez on the mound. Folks, thanks so much once more. Shantae, there you are. Thank you again. You guys have a good night. I'm so sorry. 3 of the last 4 we have lost. We have got to get back on track against these Yankees coming up on Friday. Let's hope we get it started early with a win against the Cubs tomorrow. Until then, folks, this has been the BirdWatcher. Oh, and I'm going to send you on over to another ball game. I totally forgot. For the few people remaining, I'm going to let you go check the final outs here of Oakland versus Boston. Until then, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Good night, everybody.